You have to be sitting under the rock to not realize the sensation which is caused by new ChatGPT's image generation feature. I so wish that this image was true, that Sam Altman and the likes of the leaders like Sam Altman are reading my book, which is What's Your Human Edge? But this image, unfortunately, is fake and not something that I'm using it for my book marketing purposes, but just to demonstrate to you what is possible with ChatGPT's new image generation feature. So this capability was launched a couple of weeks back, I think almost 10 days back. And now, uh, as the things stand, people, especially with certain styles like Ghibli style, those styles have gotten viral. So much so that, according to one estimate, around 700 million of these pictures have been created. 700 million in 10 days, and that's how people are liking and getting hooked onto this feature. So this capability actually is quite powerful because ChatGPT 4.0, they have really come back and fixed some of the inherent problems which were there with the image generation tools, including ChatGPT's own integration with DALL-E 2. So, what kind of problems that this update had fixed? Real quick, they call it useful image generation. So they have one of the biggest problems that these image generation tools had was text rendering. So text was always inaccurately rendered on the screen, but now it is quite capable to render the right kind of text on the screen. I think some of these examples here. Another one is multi-turn generation. What does that mean? In previous versions of the image generation, if you give one image and if you have to converse with updating that image in the subsequent prompt, that was not possible because the image generation tools used to lose the context. For example, in this image, if I had to give the book, and in the second prompt I asked it to just add a speech bubble in which Sam Altman is saying something nice about the book. That was not possible in the previous version, though it is possible now because the image generation software used to lose the context of the image over a period of time. And likewise, there are a lot of other updates. But there is another, like what happens with most of the new innovations which comes up, it has also come up with a lot of concerns. So people are like you saw, this is not an ethical use of this tool, and I'm not going to be using it for marketing, but a lot of instances which are being talked about in the social media right now are that you can replicate even the national ID cards, some of the sensitive documents which are there, and there is and you can do that now at scale by just by writing English prompts. Like the whole bar of expertise in creating these images have come down drastically. So the problem that I want to address in this week's AI tool sneak peek is how to identify if an image is generated by ChatGPT. Yes, there is a way to identify if an image is generated by ChatGPT. Um, uh, Not a foolproof way, let me tell right up. There are ways to bypass this, but it is still better than not having anything at all. So, what is the way? I actually posted about this very recently. I just want to show you the post which was there. Essentially, OpenAI's blog, if I go to the blog, talks about something called as C2PA. Okay, in the safety section, it says that all generated images come with C2PA metadata, which will identify an image is coming from GPT-4 to provide transparency. So they have a built-in mechanism to prove that. So, but before that, what is CTPA? C2PA. C2PA stands for Correlation of Content Provenance and Authenticity. It is a technical standard which is used to embed information into digital media, such as images, to verify their origin and history. Okay, so think of C2PA metadata as a digital nutrition label in which, like in your favorite food items, you see the nutrition label in which you can tell what are the constituents of that food item. using C2PA metadata, you can replicate that kind of that kind of nutrition labels for images. So of course, like I said, it is not foolproof. It is possible to tamper with C2PA metadata. Like it is though cryptographically signed. When I shared this, one of the uh, engineers who shared with me that it is possible to tamper with the cryptographic signature of these images too. And there are other ways also to bypass it. But first, let's see. So there are, in order to test this out, whether an image is really contains C2PA metadata or not, we can, there are websites like what I have opened here. I believe this is from Adobe, if I'm not wrong. No, this is not from Adobe. Adobe also has a similar software. This is contentcredentials.org/verify. What you can do is you can drag and drop or select a file that you want to verify for C2PA metadata. And I'll just drag and drop this image. And as you can see on the right hand side, it has listed the image properties. And one of this it talks about is that it is app or device used to generate this is ChatGPT. So this is one level of safety that you can if you're not sure of image but it is high stakes for you, you can do this check to figure out whether this is working for you or not. And and but a word of caution for this, there are ways to bypass this, like any technology. uh, for example, if I go ahead and take a screenshot of this image, and which I've already done here, and I select this, it does not contain C2PA metadata here. So there are ways to bypass this, but as a first level of check, this is something that you can do to make sure that the data that you have, which you are trying to believe, whether it is generated from this, from any uh, AI generated tool or not, which supports C2PA metadata. And I think just last word, like I uploaded the screenshot, there is no metadata being shown. I think that is a reason enough for you to think that this might not be true and do more investigations around that. So I hope you found this video useful uh, and won't believe in all the images which are being shown to you over internet, and try and do this small check to ensure that you have some level of safety against you know m- multitudes of images that are being generated every day using ChatGPT. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. Till then, take good care of yourself. Bye bye.